Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's discussion on Bhagavad Gita. So thank you, Matajis and Prabhu, to come. Yesterday we had a very nice discussion. It's very enlightening. So today we're going to continue our discussion again. So today is a very auspicious day after Ekadasi, and today is Rukmani Dwadasi, the day that Rukmani Devi, the consort of Krishna in Dwaraka, appeared. So today is also every auspicious day to discuss Hari Katha, especially discuss Bhagavad Gita is very auspicious. All right. So before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadati Swaparantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtai Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasachali Satarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtai Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Viknanadaine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jvala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dina Tarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhama Sri Jagannathaye Namaha Panchakal Patarubhescha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Paditanam Pavini Vaishnavi Vayo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusteri Vipranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivishari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivishari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivishari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Shri Krishna Sabha Krishna Vichapataka Swami Tinam Namacharya Padai Kripa Padai Gaura Kada Damadaya Nagar Grama. Okay, Hare Krishna. So how are you all doing? So anything you like to share before we start our session today? Yes, Nanda Devi Mataji, you want to say something?
Oh, I got muted.
You
Okay,
know.
Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu. Yesterday, I didn't see the WhatsApp. You started the class and I was not online.
Oh, you were not here yesterday? Oh,
No,
okay.
no. Because yesterday was Ekadasi, right? So I was chanting, and also my auntie who brought me up, it was a fourth year TD. So I was reciting the Bhagavad Gita. So I didn't look into my phone. So after that, when I saw, oh, you had the class, so I watched the recording last night.
No, because least expected.
Yeah.
Medical checkup, it will end up something else. He said just normal.
Okay.
I finished it in 5 minutes. That's all. There's 7:30, 7:35, I'm done. So anyway, it's a long thing. So anyway. Okay, so I hope that you follow up with the recording.
Yeah, sure, bro.
Okay, sure. So anything else you want to share, Gandhi Mataji? Any realization or how's your day yesterday? Did you chant your rounds effectively with so much of taste?
Yes, sure, Prabhu. But just that I had to go out for a while, so I did one round. So,
Okay.
but yes, even one round with God's mercy and with Him on your mind, it was a it's nice feeling, especially after reading Bhagavad Gita and realizing, and the chat we had yesterday was very enlightening. But thank you.
Well, Mataji, one round not sufficient at all.
Yes, I know, I understand. Yeah.
So it's extremely not sufficient.
Extremely, yeah, true.
Extremely not sufficient. Insufficient.
Yeah, I have to improve myself, definitely.
Yeah. So try to improve. Maybe make it today is the day, you don't need to set a very long goal, because as we have understood in Bhakti Aloka, in devotional service, there's no past, no future, only present, because devotional service is eternal. So why wait till tomorrow? Why not today? Or why not now? Maybe after the class, or not now.
Yeah. Yes, I will try.
Just imagine one round itself, you start to have a taste, means you are somehow or other there already, So you just try to maximize it.
I used to do 16 rounds, Prabhu.
Then?
I used to do. That was when the house was very quiet. I used to do, but
Okay.
now I have some commitment, so I have to. Yeah.
Do you have grandchildren?
Yeah.
Oh, you got grandchildren.
Yeah, but they're not here all the time. So sometimes.
How old are they? How old are your grandchildren?
No, actually one only, 2 years old.
Okay, then chant along with her. He or she.
He.
Yeah, grandson. Come, sit down. Come, chant with Pati, Pati or Atta, whatever you call it.
Party. I will, Prabhu, with your grace and your Lord's mercy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so all right, so let's start our session today. So yesterday we had a very nice discussion. No, we are on the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, let me highlight this spotlight for everyone. Okay. So we are still at the introduction. So the introduction, when you really see it, every paragraph is actually every chapter. The summary of every chapter is there. All right. So the subject of the Bhagavad Gita entails. Okay, now we are here. Okay. Okay, now let's see what is that. Okay, yesterday we spoke about we have to chalk out the plan of life. Okay, the man could act accordingly and perfect the mission of human life. That means what? Is once you're perfected a human form of life, that's it. You just qualify and go back home, back to Godhead. So now let's look at this. What is that subject of Bhagavad Gita? All right. So, okay, let me get this thing. All right. So when you look at this, the subject of Bhagavad Gita entails what? The comprehension. Comprehension means what? The one that compressed of 5 basic truths. All right. It's comprehensive. I mean, it's a comprehension of 5 basic truths. First of all, first, number one, what is the first thing that we know? The science of God is explained. Okay. Science of God is explained. Okay, number one, we understand the science of God is explained. Then, number two, the constitutional position of the living entities. Okay, then number two is the constitutional position of the living entities or jiva. That's a second. Okay, you all are following me on this? Okay, first of all, okay, the science of God is explained. Number two, constitutional position of the living entity. And number three, okay, number three is we study about Ishvara, which means the controller. Okay, we must know who is the one that. Okay. Right. So then we see that Isvara means the controller. The controller. And there are jivas. Okay. The living entities, which are controlled. So when there's someone is controlling, that means someone, it is controlled. Okay. So if the living entity say that is not controlled and that is free, like how people say, he is insane. You know, he is considered insane. All right. So when they say, oh, I am not under control, you know, I am the Lord and everything. So that's considered is insane. The living being is controlled in every respect. All right. The living entity is controlled in every respect, at least in his conditioned life. Even conditioned life. Even the conditioning is also a kind of control. You know. So like for instance, in Malaysia, we are some or other conditioned to believe certain belief system. All right. Certain belief system that we are conditioned. Even though some system doesn't look really fair, but some or other we are conditioned to some or other accept it and believe in it. All right. So in Bhagavad Gita, there's also subject matter deals with Ishvara, the supreme controller, and the Jiva, and the control living entities. Whether you see something, right? So the control living entities. Then the next topic is Prakriti. So Prakriti means what? Material nature. All right. Then the next thing is time, Kala. The duration of existence of the whole universe, manifestation of the universe in this material world. Then at last is karma. Okay, are also discussed. So how many of them? All total 5. Okay, let's look at this. Okay. So number 1, okay, the 5 basic truth. Number 1 is, this is number 1. Okay, first of signs of God is explained. Then number 2, the constitutional position of the living entity. Number 3, there is Ishvara, the controller. Okay, and number 4 is what? Okay, number 4 is Prakriti. Okay, number 4 is Prakriti, and number 5 is karma or activity. So this is the 5 thing that discussed in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so far so good. Are we all following me?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, what do you mean by signs of God?
Who asked that question?
Oh, me, Gandhi Mati. Gandhi.
Oh, okay. Because I can't see anybody here. Right. So your question is, what is science? Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu. What do you mean by signs of God?
Science of God means, that means the way, okay, science means what? There is an evidence. Okay. That means everything is explained with evidence, and that means there should be research and there should be evidence presented. Presented scientifically means presented completely. It is not presenting one part and hiding another part. It is a complete presentation. You know, when a scientist speak about some subject matter, they will narrate the thing completely. And to speculate on that subject matter, they call it philosophy. Philosophically, that means they simply use the word of juggle of word to juggle it. So that means there is no evidence and there's no evidence. There's no point and there's no evidence. You got it, Mataji?
Okay.
Can means you're lebih kurang lah. I mean, are you confused or what?
It means it's presented with evidence, researched and presented with evidence.
Yes. So that means here that every word that is going to be spoken in this Bhagavad Gita, it is evidence and scientific based. Scientific means it has something that makes sense. You know, something that makes sense. it is not something that that doesn't make sense. Example, our body got 24 element. And what is that element? You understand? Yesterday we discussed that, right, Mataji?
Yes.
First, we have 5 senses, 5 working senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, and the body is made of 5 elements.
Yes.
So when you talk about 5 elements, how the element is there? So the body is made of earth, all right? The air is in your lungs. The fire is in your stomach for burning the food, all right? They call vrka, right? There's a vrka fire, that means it's to digest your food. And ether is somewhere between your heart, your lungs and your stomach. They call solar plexus. There's a place ether, all right? So like that. So that means what is your working senses? So that means they say the word and it has to be as evidence. How to do it? You got it, Mataji?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So that's what it says. So it's a signs of God. It is not sentimental presentation. It is not a grandmother or Aesop story, you know. Just simply tell you, you know, this thing. So that means here, the what they call the signs of God is explained. What is Krishna actually? Who is he? What is he? Where does he come from? Who is he? I mean, what is my relationship? Everything A to Z will be explained.
Yes,
That's a science, first thing, right? So
Okay.
now, second is, okay, what is the signs of God? Can anyone tell me? What is the word? Just say in one word. The signs of God is explained how? Can anyone help me on this? Anyone?
You mean answer in one word?
Yes. There's only one word explained. Signs of God is explained only. There's only one word. What is that? What do you think, Prabhu?
The relation between the soul and the super soul.
That is a Ishvara. Control and control. The first word here, the first term here, right? Number one.
The difference between the Atma Jiva and the Supreme Jiva. Supreme soul.
That is comes under the what they call the constitutional position. But I'm talking about the signs of God in one word.
Bhakti devotion.
No, one sentence. What do you think? Anyone?
The duty of the Jiva soul?
Prabhu, you are simply shooting, Prabhu.
Yeah, shooting.
Okay. So that is in one word, which is called as Bhagavan. Got it? Got it, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhu.
So Bhagavan. So the word Bhagavan in one sentence, it explains the entire meaning of science of God. That means it's all beauty. He is all what they call opulent. So what are the things will be explained in Bhagavad Gita? So the word Bhagavan Prabhupada translates science of God. So that means if you want to know God, we must know who is he, what is he, how he looks, how opulent he is, you know. At the same time, okay, for instance, Prabhu, can you explain what is the Bhagavan? What is the qualities of Bhagavan?
Wealth,
Wealth,
beauty,
beauty, opulence,
and renunciation.
What is the fourth one?
Come-
What is the fourth one?
Wealth, strength, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation.
Renunciation. So that means Krishna has everything, and yet he can stay above that. So now, what is that beauty? And what is that knowledge? What is that and what is renunciation? You know, the extreme part, only Krishna can do it. So that's the signs of God. Okay, Gandhi Mataji?
Yes, yes, Prabhu. Very well
Right.
explained.
Yeah, because he have everything, but he became a chariot rider for Krishna, Arjuna. Chariot rider is considered a job of a Shudra. But yet for his sake of his best friend, his cousin, his disciple, became a okay. And after that, and what is his opulent? All right. So that means he has, let me say, for instance, like 16,108 wives. For every wife, he built each temple, each palace. And in each palace, they have completely filled with all that royalty. And he expanded to 16,108 and entered into every palace. And when Narada Muni went and saw, he got a shock. Because in every palace, Krishna is doing different pastime. In one palace, he's looking after the child. In another palace, he's doing, maybe he's like addressing the ministers. In another palace, he's maybe lying down. Like that, 16,108 different activities were held simultaneously. All right, that's omnipotent, opulence, omnipotent. You have many, many potencies. Right? So there's a word, that's Bhagavan. Of course, we will as we go on, we will read that. So that means number one, we speak about the signs of God. What is Krishna actually? How to identify Krishna? If any bogus guys come and call I am God, this is the question you should ask. Are you very beautiful? You should be very beautiful, very attractive. Right? Are you very distinct? So these are some of the things. Okay, anyway, in chapter 11, in a universal form, we will study about how to identify bogus gurus. If at all, if you come across any bogus guru who call themselves God, what are the right question to ask him? You will learn in chapter 11. Okay, number one. Number two, the constitutional position of the living entity. What is your original position? Okay, we spoke about constitutional position, constitution yesterday, very thoroughly. Then number three is Ishvara. Ishvara means controller. When he is a controller, that means someone has to be controlled. So he is a controller and we are the controlled. All right. So if you think that nobody can be, I'm free, nobody can control me, is insane. All right. Because at least in every respect, in the human condition of life, a person is somehow or other under control. Then after that, we also studied about, okay. The fourth thing is Prakriti. Prakriti means what? We are living in this material nature. What is this material nature is all about? Okay, then we will study about internal energy, external energy, and marginal energy. So what is that? What is the three mode of material nature? And what is the three sufferings? Adi Daimik, Adi Bautik, Adi Atmik. What does that mean? We will discuss that. And at last, Kala, time. The time destroys everything. All right. Sometimes we also say, right? Because Neragalam, when the time comes, everything is destroyed. All right. Then, of course, then also we studied about karma. What is karma? And all these things also we will be discussing in this thing. Okay. Now, okay, the cosmic manifestation is full. The cosmic manifestation is full of different activities. It is full of different activities. That means this cosmic manifestation is not a boring place. All right. When we are talking about cosmic, let's look at in our in Malaysia. Okay, never mind. Look at your locality. You look at your locality. Maybe after the class, you just go to a shop or something like that. You just walk to any nearby shop or go to the nearby road. You just see. Can you see anyone who simply stay idle? All right. They are keep moving and moving and moving. Or some will be going on this side, some will be going that side. Some will be flying up, some will be walking, and even the ant will be crawling. There'll be a fly will be flying. There's a mosquito will be looking for a blood. Like that, all living entities are manifest full of different activities. And all living entities engage in different activities. So from Bhagavad Gita, we must learn. Now Prabhupada is telling what are the things we should learn. Please underline this thing. We must learn that what God is, what is the living entities are, what is Prakriti, all right, what is a cosmic manifestation, how it is controlled by time, and what activities are the living entities, karma. All right, that means number one is what is God is, Ishvara, number one. Number two, what is Prakriti. Number three is how it controlled by time. And what are the living entities? All these things is the one that we are targeted to learn in Bhagavad Gita. I hope that you all have a book. Do you all have a notebook with you? Anyone?
I do, Prabhu.
Okay. So in your notebook, just put there the target of learning Bhagavad Gita is to understand this matter. Can you write that, Mataji? The target to learn in Bhagavad Gita. Because in every book, okay, what is your target? What you're supposed to understand. So this is what. Those who don't have a Bhagavad Gita, those who don't have a notebook, maybe take a pencil and just write it at the side of the page. There's a target. The goal of understanding Bhagavad Gita is to understand what is God, what is living entity, what is Prakriti, what is the cosmic manifestation, how it controlled by time. At the same time, what is the activities of living entities? This is the target. We must learn. Prabhupada use this word here. We must learn. Okay. So anything that you go astray from this, you pull yourself back. What is my target? I must know who is Krishna is. Did I understand Krishna? No. Do it again. Go back to the book again. Then after that, check and balance, write in your journal, or maybe you can print it out and stick on the wall. The things that I should understand in Bhagavad Gita. It is not like sometimes, we have that kind of, that a big poster, the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Whatever you bring, it's total nonsense. Right? That's total nonsense. Bhagavad Gita, it is not to give you, it gives you assurance, actually, fair enough. But it is to enlighten you, the book of enlightenment. The book of enlightenment means you have to read it. You have to go deep into it. You have to dwell in it. You have to think about it. You have to meditate on it. Then you will be enlightened. All right? So write it down. This is the real essence of Bhagavad Gita. Now, first we must learn what is God is. Now ask yourself this question. Did I really understood what is God? Okay. Number 2, what is the living entities? As a Jivatma, what is the living entities? Have I understood it? Number 3, Prakriti. What is that Prakriti? What is that nature, material nature? All right. How it is at a cosmic manifestation, how the thing is manifested in cosmic. Have I understood it? Then number 4, how everything is controlled by time. Then number 5, the activities of the living entities. What is your constitutional position? What's supposed to be your real activity? That activity we call karma. What's supposed to be your real karma? Vikarma, karma, adharma, vikarma, karma. Then, what is another word? The 3 things. Anyway, we'll study as we go on. All right. So,
Akarma.
Akarma. Akarma. All right. So, vikarma, karma, akarma. So, vikarma means atheistic. Karma means activity, dovetailing. Akarma means renounce that activity. What is that? Have I understood that? So, my dear Prabhus and mothers, please meditate on this. You must always remember, this is the subject matter that dovetail the entire Vedas. In the entire Shastra, in the future, we're going to study Srimad Bhagavatam. We're going to study in what they call Chaitanya Charitamrita. And also, we have already studied this, other books. So, you don't think, oh, I've already studied, so I'm not going to go back to that. No, you must go back. Just check yourself. Have you understood this or not? If you think you have not understood it, you have to work on it. All right. Maybe step 1, you just say, okay, what is Krishna is? Try to learn about Krishna. The book that explains who is Krishna is opulent. Of course, his opulence is unlimited. But at least try to get as much as you can. Our little corrupted material mind could accept it. The more that you want to know him, the more he will reveal himself to you. The more he will reveal himself to you. It is not like a takaradappa, just when you meet someone, you open up everything. First, he just get to know you. Then after that, slowly, then you become a good friend, then you become a best friend, then you become a thick friend, then you become a brother. So like that, step by step, your relationship will increase. Then what is Prakriti? So in every book that you're going to study, this is the subject matter is elaborated. Because in Bhagavad Gita is a summary or the essence of the entire Vedas. You all get me? Please underline this statement. Please write it somewhere at the corner, or please write it down in a piece of paper, because sometimes when you write in the book also, sometimes you won't even go back to it, always write down, because we are doing a thesis. All right, there's one word, thesis study. Okay, anyway, we are going into the deep studies. This is what we should understand. All right. Now, Prabhupada continues. He said, out of these 5 basic subjects, all right, the 5 basic subjects just now we discussed in Bhagavad Gita, it is established that the Supreme Personality of Godhead of Krishna or Brahman or the Supreme Controller or Paramatma. Why? Why so many things? Prabhupada says you may use whatever name you like. He is the greatest of all. Because in Bhagavad Gita, he is going to refute many things. First is, we talk about first Krishna as a person. We worship Krishna as a person. For Mayavadi, they worship Krishna as Brahman. They worship Krishna as Brahman, light. And for yogis, they worship Krishna as Paramatma, because they meditate to go deep into them to find them out. So there's 3 kinds of expansion of Krishna. Paramatma, that in your heart. Brahman, the effulgent, or in other words, we call it as aura. The last thing is Krishna, the original person. That's why I say personality. The word personality means what he has is a person and he has ability. So personality, person. So there's a 3 kind of realization we will study in this Bhagavad Gita. Are you all following me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Right. So you understand, eh? So that means we understand these are the subjects matter of Bhagavad Gita. First thing that we're going to speak about. So that means Krishna is going to refute one by one. All right. First, Krishna says, all right, what is Brahman? All right. You go and merge into the light. Chapter 5. Is it chapter 5? Or... Okay. Anyway, I don't want to go into that. Then chapter 6, he speak about meditation yogi. Until Arjuna says, finish Krishna, I cannot do this. How you should go and meditate. Then after that, chapter 7, he starts with confidential knowledge. You cannot do all this, right? Let me tell you a secret. When you do this secret, guhya means secret, right? So the guhya, if I give you that guhya, if I reveal that secret to you, you know something, Arjuna? You are considered all this meditation, Brahmavadi, Tattvavadi, everything is considered done. I say, really? It's a shortcut. If not, you have to go step by step. You have to go for Brahman realization. Oh, what is the light is there? Then you have to go and deep in meditation. You know, first you become a yogi, meditate. Then you speculate about Krishna. Krishna, there's no form. I only can see light. So that is God. Right? Then after that, you start to get enlightened further. You start to become more and more mature. Actually, what I thought was wrong. So Krishna is the original form. When there's a light, there should be a source. You know, that means there's a light on top of me. This place is brightened. Why? Because there's a light. I cannot say the light just appeared just like that. Out of nowhere, the light is there. How can that be? When there is a rays, there should be the source. So they come to the and they find out what is the source actually. Oh, is it in my heart? Then they go and meditate. They go deep, meditate. Yeah, but looks like they think. Then after they become matured in meditation, and they start to realize, oh, that is Vishnu is there. All right, a person. Then after that, slowly, gradually go to Krishna. So it's such a long process. And Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, don't go through a long process. Okay. Chapter 7, he says, it's a confidential knowledge. He said, don't worry, I will reveal the secret to you. Okay. I will reveal the secret to you. Right. So what is the secret that is, how he started? How he started to reveal the secret? You can see it in the first verse itself. You know, Sri Bhagavan, okay, in Rajavitya, Rajaguhi. Okay. So chapter 7, okay, chapter 7 is start to start to speak about, because he was doing comparison study. First, he talked about Paramatma. Then after that, he spoke about Brahman. Then after that, he started to speak about the absolute knowledge, knowledge of the absolute. The Krishna as the form. This is Manushyanam Sahasresu. After all these things, what do you need to do and all these things, right? So now, then, okay. Then in chapter 9, sorry, not chapter 7. Chapter 9, Krishna will start to speak about. Then after that, chapter 9 is considered like giving a conclusion. All right. What did he say? Sri Bhagavan, what they call, okay. Chapter 9, text 1, what he says, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Idam tu guhyatamam pravaksyami anasuyave. Jnanam, Vinyanam, knowledge and scientific knowledge. Vinyana sahitam. Yajnatva moksha is shubhat. What Krishna says. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, because you're never envious of me. That's the first thing we should remember. I was keep telling even that like few days ago. Envy is the disastrous character, disastrous attitude. When a person is envious, when you see that envious person, better don't even go near him. Right? Okay, anyway. So envious of me. Because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you. What? This most confidential knowledge. Jnanam. What he says? Pravakshami anushuyave jnanam. Jnana means knowledge. Vijnanam. Realization. Is it, am I right? Yes, realized knowledge, correct. Vinyanam. Then after that he says, Yat Nyatva. By having this knowledge, what happened? You will be relieved from all miseries of material existence. You will come out of all the suffering of this material suffering. Then in chapter 2, what he says, in text 2, what he says, 9.2, he says, Raja Vidya. Vidya means knowledge. Raja Vidya means he's the king of all knowledge. Guhyam. Guhyam means secret. He says, Raja Guhyam, the king of all secret. Raja Vidya, the king of all knowledge. Raja Guhyam, the king of all secret. The secret, that means it is the most secretive, top secret. Then after this is Pavitram. Pavitram, see like the mala that I'm wearing here. Pavitra mala. So sometimes when you do yagya, they used to put, they take the kusha grass and put it in your finger. Because whatever things you touch is pure. Because you're offering to Krishna directly. So they put a kusha grass. You know, the terpapulu, they put a terpapulu modaram, right? When you do yagam. So why they put that? So anything that you touch, it is pure. There's no impurity. That's why sometimes when you do yagya, when you call people to come and do yagya in your house, don't touch your hair, don't touch your head, don't dig your nose, don't touch your leg, and importantly, don't touch your hair. Whenever you touch your hair, you have to wash your hand. Sometimes I see, when people do yagya, they'll be touching the hair, especially ladies. Always tie your hair. Don't leave it open. Right? Letting go the hair, just leaving the hair open, it is very inauspicious. At least nowadays is a style. You have a long hair, you like to show off your long hair. It's a fair enough style. But when it comes to temple, at least you tie your hair. You must tie your hair. You shouldn't lift your hair. Mudiya virichi potu. Tamil mudiya virichi potu aadradhu, mudiya virichi podu. So what they do when they do yagya, the hair before it, they'll be keep brushing the hair. Like that. Then like that. It's very inauspicious. Anyway, I'm going on to the topic. So now Pavitra. They put the Pavitra there. So Pavitra means, you see, so whenever people do class, you see they put Pavitra mala, because whatever, to avoid any inauspicious thoughts and thinking to come. Pavitra. So now he says, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram idam uttamam pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam sukham kartum avyayam. What does that mean? Raja Vidya, king of all knowledge. Raja Guhyam, the top secret. Pavitram, very pure. Idam uttamam. Idam means in the idam, this. Uttamam means what? Uttaman. That means it's pure. It's what they call, it's transcendental. It is uttamam. Is senja uttamam. Adu senja uttamam. You know, like in the uttamam. Uttamam means transcendental. And what is that then? So what? Rajavidya, king of knowledge. Rajaguhyam, top secret. It is really pure, pavitram. And that is transcendental uttamam. Then after that, what? Pratyaksha. What is pratyaksha means? Pratyaksha means direct experience. You know, pratyaksha. Okay, say like for instance, you are sitting in front of the teacher, or you are sitting right in front of the guru, or you are going for a concert. You are sitting there and directly experiencing it. You're experiencing the light, boom, 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 the sound, direct experience. But you watch in the video, it is nothing. But you go there for direct experience. I'm just giving a lame example. So here Krishna says pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means what? Direct experience. You experience it directly. Then after that, pratyaksha avagamam. So avagamam means what? Understood. So that means you understand directly. So it's a direct what they call experience. So when we start to when you understand this king of this secret, you will have a direct experience. Then you have direct experience. Then what else? It is dharmyam. Dharmyam means what? Dharmyam means what? It's a principle of religion. That is the principle of religion. Not to be afraid of God. Not to afraid of, because we are all trained to be scared of God. Kadavul kanna kuthirom, kala kadichirom, eli kala kadichirom, kala kalulina, sami kanna kuthirom. We are trained to be scared, fear. Because we don't have any experience beyond that. Because we are under Bhaya Bhakti. What is Bhaya? Bhaya means awe and reverence or scared. Oh, Purumale, Krishna, oh, Narayana, oh, Bhaya Bhakti. Bayindukittu Bhakti serudu. Bhaya Bhakti. The core of that Bhakti is true awe and reverence. Bhayam. But in what Bhakti that we are involved in? Prema Bhakti. We are all trying to approach Krishna in loving reciprocation. We are trying to love Krishna. We want to see Krishna as a lover. We don't see Krishna as a fearful figure. That is why even that we have that most ferocious, the most scariest Narasingha Dev in the entire world. Ugra Narasingha. Okay, the Sunday is Narasingha Chaturdasi. Please go and join. All right, the Sunday Chaitanya Narasingha Chaturdasi, I'll be in Bukit Murtajam. So if any devotees nearby, we hope to meet you. All right, I'll be in Bukit Murtajam, Penang, for Narasingha Chaturdasi this Sunday. So now, then when you look at this, that so that means it is it's a direct. That means we are, even when we see Lord Narasingha Dev, we don't worship him with full of reverence. Even though we see that he's tearing open Hiranyakasipu's stomach, we see that he's pulling out all the intestines. We do not get agitated because we are Prema Bhaktas. Right? So now he says, okay, now he's understood. That means it's a principle. That means principle is direct perception. All right? So direct everything. So that's a principle of religion. The principle of religion is what? To love God. What else? God is a big lover. Why need to be scared of him? But we don't have experience, so we think God is, like that. Then another one is what? After that, so when you get up, it's a direct, it's a dharmyam, it's a principle of religion. Then after that, sukham. All right? Sukham means what? Sukha. Sugam. In Tamil, we call sugam. In Malay, we call sukha, happy. Saya suka sama you. I like you. Kind of happy feeling. Saya sangat suka hati lah. Sukha, sukham. Then what is the su means in front? Very happy. Sugam is the thing. Sugam, romba sugama irukkirathu. Very happy. So when you have a direct perception, when you do it, you will be very happy. Happy to do what? Kartum. To execute the devotional service. And after once you have this, it is called abhyayam, everlasting. It is not like one, today you do, today like this morning I saw a banner, at the roadside, the British circus are in Ipoh, the British circus. And I was just thinking, shall I just bring my children there? But suddenly, I was just thinking, go there just for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours happiness. to see these guys doing some gymnastic things, and some clowns dress up like a clown, of course. And what is it so big deal about? Then once Sugam, that means once I'm so happy, but once I come out, memory, I forget about it. So all that happiness here, it is all temporary. But the happiness in spiritual world, it is eternal. So the translation is, this knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, pavitram, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, vinyanam, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and is joyfully performed. So that is the thing. So this is the thing that we should understand. So, so when you look at this, the Paramatma. So out of these three things, that's why Prabhupada is explaining the five. Okay? We will study about Krishna, Brahman, and Paramatma. First, we start with Paramatma. Then we talk about Brahman. Then after that, you realize, then in Bhagavad Gita, you will make your own decision. All right? If you cannot make a decision, listen to what Arjuna said. Because Arjuna is far superior to us. If you think meditation is good, think about it. If you think merging into light, like no, that's Vallalar movement and all these movements, just there's no God, there's no this, everything is light. And they used to sing this song, Jodi, 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 Suyam, Jodi, 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 Arul. Jodi, that's a song. I used to sing that song forgotten. So you just merge in that. So they think about it. If you think you don't know how to think about it, listen to what question that Arjuna asked and how Krishna explaining it to you. So here Prabhupada is actually, whatever you may like, it is the greatest of all. The living being in quality like a supreme controller. The living beings are in quality like a supreme controller. Right? So we have the same quality like a supreme controller. For instance, the Lord has control over the universal affair of material nature, as will be explained in the later chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Material nature is not independent. She is acting under the direction of the Supreme Lord. As Lord Krishna says, Maya yagdakshena prakritihi suyate sa chara charam. This material nature is working under my direction. Right? So material nature is what? Prakriti. When we see wonderful things happening in the cosmic nature, we should know that behind, if you see any wonderful thing happening, we should know that there's behind this manifestation, there is someone who are controlling it. Nothing could be manifested without being controlled. It is childish not to consider the controller. Okay, it's childish. There's no controller. So sometimes when you see atheists, they are all childish mentality. For instance, a child may think that the automobile is quite wonderful to be able to run without horse. A child may think, oh, the car can run by itself without horse, because of course Prabhupada during 1920s, 30s. So he's giving 1960s, he's giving this example. There's no horse, but looks like the car can run by itself. Or at the same time, or any other animal pulling it. But a sane man, that means the man who are intelligent, that means the adult, knows the nature of automobile engineering arrangement. You know there's an engine inside, and the engine is, there's a piston inside. When the piston hit that, what they call, the spark plug, there's a spark plug. When the piston hit, it creates friction, it creates explosion. And that explosion turns into energy and push the car. And how it works? Fuel, petrol. By the time it hits, it is the spark created just like when you're lighting up a gas stove. Just the spark, this thing. Just a little spark with gas, the fire will come. Similarly, with a little spark, what they call the petrol, there'll be explosion. So the piston, when the thing explodes, boom, it pull it down. It creates energy and the car runs. But the child don't understand all this. He always know that behind this machinery, there is a man, a driver. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is a driver under whose direction everything is working. Now, the jivas, the living entity, have been accepted by the Lord, as we will note in the later chapters, as his parts and parcel. A particle gold is also gold. A small dot of gold is also gold. A drop of water from the ocean is also salty. And similarly, we, the living entities, part and parcel of the Supreme Controller. We are what? Being part and parcel. We are part of the Supreme Controller, Ishvara, or Bhagavan, Lord Sri Krishna. Have all, what happened? We have all the qualities. We have all the qualities of the Supreme Lord. Wow, that means I'm Krishna. No, you have it in minute quantity. You have in a little tiny quantity. That's it. All right. Your father can be a multi-millionaire and he give you 100 ringgit for expenses, daily expenses. Right? So can it be that you are a millionaire? But because your father is a millionaire, he give you 100 ringgit per day to spend. But sometimes people have not that much, they get excess. So it's like just like that. Father, millionaire father give you 100 ringgit to spend. That doesn't mean you are a millionaire. You are a son of a millionaire. You have access that your father will give you 100 ringgit every day without worries. And because we are minute Ishvara or subordinate Ishvara, we are trying to control the nature. Because Krishna is a controller, because we are tiny Ishvara, we also want to control the nature. The nature, like father and son. As presently we are trying to control space of planets. Now Prabhupada is explaining about people are going to the space. The man goes to space. So now we are trying to control the space of planet. Like America wants to be the king of the world. They all, somehow or other, they try to be the inspector. They want to control the entire planet. Right? And this tendency to control, where is it came from? Is there because it is in Krishna. But although we have tendency to lord over the material world, we have the tendency to lord over the material nature. We want to become the Lord. At least you want to become the leader in your house. Right? At least you want to be a leader in your house. At least you want to be a leader. Somehow or other, someone is leading someone. All right? You want to be a tennis or leader. Okay, or even if you can't do it, as you get older, you get more senior, some or other juniors will follow you. Tendency. We should know that we are not the supreme controller. We should understand that we are not the supreme controller. And this is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, one paragraph took us 1 hour. Oh my God. Phew. Okay, anyway, shall we take a short break? All right. Is it okay? Is it too heavy? Or shall we just read the thing quickly and go to subject matter of Bhagavad Gita? Because I think that if we study this, I think we will understand better. What's your opinion?
This way better, Prabhu, for me.
This way better, huh? All right, okay. So I'll take just like the rice, just take one rice. Consider the whole pot is cooked. So I take Gandhi Mataji's. All right, okay. We take a short break. Hare Krishna. Okay, let's continue the next paragraph. All right, so what is material nature? What is material nature? This is also explained in Bhagavad Gita as inferior prakriti. Okay? It is also explained as inferior prakriti or inferior nature. Right? So we will study that. The living entity is explained as a supreme prakriti. So that means now there's another thing that we're going to study here. Okay. So what is material nature? So I'm explaining now today. So when we go into that, so it's much easier. So what is material nature? Material nature, Gita explained as inferior prakriti or inferior nature. Okay, that's not so big deal. But the living entity is what? It is explained as the superior prakriti. That means among the nature, the living entity is even more superior than the material nature, inferior nature. And what is that? We will explain. So prakriti is always under control. Okay. So prakriti is always under control. So that means the nature, material nature and the superior nature, the prakriti living entity is always under control, whether inferior or superior. Prakriti is female, right? She is female and she is controlled by the Lord. Just the activity of the wife are controlled by the husband. Okay. So Prabhupada is saying prakriti, that's why we call as mother nature, mother earth, we call as this thing. And we also call as Mahamaya and all these things. Okay. So that means prakriti is female and she's controlled by the Lord, just as activity of a wife is controlled by the husband. Prakriti always subordinate. All right. Predominated. That means it's controlled by, predominated by the Lord. Who is the predominator? So predominated is controlled. predominate the controller. The living entity and material nature are both predominated. That means the living entity, right? The living entities and the material nature are both predominated. That means controlled by the Supreme Lord. According to the Gita, the living entity, although part and parcel. So according to Gita, even though the living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, he is to be considered also as Prakriti, because he is still under control. All right. So, okay. According to the Gita, the living entities, although part and parcel of the Lord, is considered Prakriti. Okay, this is clearly mentioned in 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we understand, Apareyam itastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam. The material nature is my inferior Prakriti. Krishna says, the material nature is my inferior Prakriti. But beyond this is another Prakriti, jiva bhutam, the living entities. So they are marginal energy. Okay, this we will study as we go on in chapter 7. Now, material nature itself is constituted of 3 qualities. Look at that. The material nature itself constituted of 3 qualities. The material nature got 3 qualities. That is a quality of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. So what we call this is pradhana. Okay, we study that as we go on. Above these 3 modes, and above these 3 mode of qualities, there is eternal time, kala. And by combination of these 3 mode and nature, under the control and purview of eternal time, there are activities which is called karma. Okay, you all following me on this? So that means above these 3 mode, that means there are 3 mode of nature, mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. There's three types of mode of material nature. Right? So above these 3 mode, there's another thing called the eternal time, or called kala. Kalam, in Tamil we call kalam, nerangalam, kalam. And when the 3 mode of nature is combined with the control, with the eternal time. So in this 3 mode of nature join with kalam, all right? And that's when there'll be activities will be happening, which is called karma. All right, activity. Example, we are living in this material world. That means our time is set. We think that we are living forever, or we have lived a life. I'm 70, 80, 60, 50, 40, and maybe you think you're 30, 40, you think you're young, right? But if you really see, a person is given, time is already clicking. When the person born, he born with birth certificate. So where is he heading on? His starting point, there'll be one ending point. So when you see a racer who race at the starting point, they will race towards the ending point and they stop. Everything, even the car race, marathon, jogathon, or whatever, there'll be a starting point and there'll be an ending point. Similarly, in our life, where are we heading? We are heading towards end. And that end we call as death. Right? So on the process of our journey towards death, what are the things that happen in between? Sometimes we are in the mode of goodness. So within that kala, you are in the mode of goodness. If you're in mode of goodness, you will be very peaceful. You will be reading Bhagavad Gita, you'll be chanting Hare Krishna and all these kind of things. Then if you goes to the mode of passion, all right, first thing early in the morning, you wake up, you chant your Hare Krishna, you read your Bhagavad Gita, then you start to go to work. Going to work, driving to work, go there, punch card, say hello, good morning, how are you doing, and this and that. Actively involved. It's called mode of passion. After you're done, you come back home, you are very tired. You are going into slumber. And that process of going back into slumber, it is in the mode of ignorance. Right? Because if you don't have a mode of ignorance, you cannot sleep at night. If you are passionate at night, finish. Sleep is gone. That is why before you go to bed, don't even look at your social media. Don't look at all this phone and all this. Don't watch movie and go to bed. You should chant Hare Krishna and go to bed. You should read something about Krishna. You should read Bhagavad Gita before you go to bed. Those days, people read before they go to bed. But now with the social media pandemic, everybody is so attached to it. Last thing, they see the Facebook. First thing they wake up, they see the Facebook. You know, that's why I always encourage, if possible, get rid of your social media. Social media is not important at all. Nothing is so big deal about it. Anyway, once we go to Bhagavad Gita, we'll discuss that. So this is what it means. All right, that's called karma, activity. And these activities are carried out not now, but for time immemorial. For so many births, this is what has been happening. And through this thing, we are suffering and enjoying the fruit of our activity. Through this, we enjoy or suffer the consequences. For instance, suppose I am a businessman, I work very hard with intelligence and I've amassed a great bank balance. Then I'm an enjoyer. But when I say I have lost all my money in business, then I am a sufferer. Similarly, in every field of life, there's the thing called enjoy and suffer. So enjoy the result of our work. That means we enjoy and suffer the result. And that is called karma. Karma means enjoying and suffering the fruit of our labor or our decision. Then Ishvara. Ishvara means the Supreme Lord. Jiva means the living entity. So we should understand this term. When we call Ishvara, we are not calling anybody else. People think, oh, we're calling Lord Shiva. No. Ishvara here means Supreme Lord, the controller. Jiva means the living entity, Jivatma. Prakriti means nature. Kala means eternal time. Karma, activity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Okay, these 5 things are all explained in Bhagavad Gita. Out of these five, the Lord, the living entities, material nature, time are eternal. All right? So that means the Lord, the living entities, material nature, and Kala are eternal. The manifestation of Prakriti may be temporary. It looks like maybe the nature can be temporary, but it is not false. It is true. All right? Because Krishna is so transcendental, even his shadow is true. Some philosophers say that manifestation of material nature is false. Like how the Buddhism, the teachings of Buddhism is that the manifestation of material nature is false. All right? He tried to meditate. When he go close his eye, he see nothing. So when he saw nothing, he said everything is nothing. Nirvana. Don't get excited. Nirvana means heaven. No, Nirvana. Nir means nothing. Vana means place. All right? Or forest. The Vana also got another name of forest. Like sometimes when people accept Vana Prastha. Okay? They also call forest. That means the forest of nothing. Vrinda Vana. So here is Nirvana. There's nothing. All right? But according to the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita or according to the philosophy of Vaishnava, this is not so. The manifestation of the world is not accepted as false. It is not accepted as false. It is accepted as real, but temporary. It is real, but temporary. It is likened unto the cloud which moves across the sky. I mean, we can say just like how the cloud that moves across the sky, or coming of the rainy season, okay, which nourishes the grain. That means we see the rainy season come now is a hot season, right? So hot season, can it be a permanent hot season? No, it will pass. Hot season is real. It's hot. I feel burning sensation. But it is true, but it is temporal. As soon as the rainy season is over, as soon as the cloud goes away, all the crops which were nourished by the rain will dry up. Similarly, this material manifestation take place on a certain interval. Okay? The material manifestation will take certain interval. How is that interval? We will discuss that in Bhagavad Gita. Stays for a while. It stays for a while, then disappear. Such are the working of Prakriti. But this cycle is working eternally. Even though it is temporary, but it is working eternally. Therefore, Prakriti is eternal. It is not false. Prakriti, what is Prakriti? Can anyone tell me? Other than Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu? Anyone can tell me what is Prakriti?
Material nature, Prabhu.
Prakriti means material nature. Good. All right. So, therefore, the material nature is eternal and it's not false. The Lord refers these to my prakriti. This material nature is what? So, he explained this material nature is separated energy of the Supreme Lord. All right. Say, like, for instance, when you take a nuclear, the nuclear there's a kind of reactor and everything. And in that thing, what is the separated energy of the nuclear? All right, the nuclear can cause this. This is a very high volume of these molecules be like hitting each other. It creates energy. All right. So what happened? The external energy of the nuclear reactor, what is that? It gives you electricity. All right. It is a renewable energy. Okay, of course, now it's disaster. All right. Why? What does that mean? That means even say like if you look at a nuclear submarine, once there's a nuclear submarine, when there's a reactor inside there, it just can go on moving, just like electric car. Electric car need to be charged, but nuclear no need. It can stay underwater for years, for months, because it's under nuclear powered. All right? So that's the thing. So like that, the material nature is like separated energy. Like Krishna is a nuclear, okay? But it's a separate energy, is electricity. Similarly, the living entities are also energy. Living entities are also energy of the Supreme Lord. Can you tell me what energy is this? Anyone? We studied that before. What energy is this?
Marginal energy.
No. There's a word for living entity is called, there's one word. I opened everyone, even Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu also can say. What is that energy? We studied that in Hariram Chintamani. What Shakti is this? You all can recall? Jiva Shakti. You all recall that? Jiva Shakti?
Yes, yes.
Okay, how the Jiva Shakti comes, Mataji?
I cannot recall.
Huh? Yo, Krishna. Went into absolute detail. Remembering nourishes. Karna Dakshai Vishnu will be staring at who? Rama Devi. Remember?
Okay.
Okay means you don't remember. My God. Please
Yeah,
go back to the
yeah.
video. The last
Okay,
video
okay.
of this thing, Harinam Chintamani. So Karna
Alright.
Dakshai will be looking at Rama Devi and he impregnates her, and that the thing became Jiva Shakti. And what is that Rama Devi's back shadow? You recall?
Maya Devi.
Maya Devi, or what is called Maya Devi? What's another name for Maya Devi? Durga Devi. And the shadow of Vishnu became who? Lord Shiva. You got it? Okay, please remember this. This is something very relishable. Okay, anyway. So now, similarly, the living entities are also the energy of the Supreme. So what energy is this? Jiva Shakti. Although they are not separated, but eternally related. All right. Although they are not separated, although they are not separated, but eternally related. So the Lord, the living entity, material nature, time, and all are interrelated and are all eternal. So that means you are eternal. So the question is, how am I supposed to be eternal? I've seen my father, my grandfather, everybody passing away, and they are not eternal. How can I, being their children, how can I be eternal? However, the other item, all right, the other item, everything is eternal, eh? So all is eternal, but other item, karma is not eternal. All right, karma is not eternal. If only karma is eternal, you can never come out of this situation. If karma cannot be nullified, you will stay here and suffer here forever. That's why when we do some good karma, the bad karma goes off, right? I mean, you just balance out. All right? The karma is not eternal. The effects of karma may be very old indeed. Okay? The effect of karma may be very old indeed. We are suffering or enjoying the result of activity from time immemorial. What does this mean? Right? The effect of karma may be very old indeed. What does that mean? We have three types of karma. All right? First, we call as sanchita karma. Sanchita karma. That karma that we are having since time immemorial. It's a big gudang. They have a big warehouse full of karma. When you go to the warehouse, maybe some of the karma that you might have done 100 births ago or 200 births ago is still there in the form of a seed. All right? So according to the karma, you take a birth. You take birth. Okay, now you're born in Malaysia, born in this particular family. So they take some karma package and put it there. This is the karma that you're going to suffer. And what we call that, we call prarabdha karma. Prarabdha. Okay? Prarabdha karma. So prarabdha karma, sometimes when you're suffering, you're enjoying, it's not something you did in your previous birth. Maybe something you did in maybe 10 birth before, 15 birth before. Right? So we are suffering that prarabdha karma. So now, so after from the big gudang, they take out all the seed. Now, this is the package for you. This is the group of seed I given to you by there. Seed. So it will grow. So once the tree grows, it will produce fruit. So when the karma start to fructify, start to grow, then it produces fruit. That is the suffering or enjoyment that you're going through. And we call that as kutta karma. Kutta karma. Or in other words, prarabdha, sanchati karma is like your lakna. Prarabdha karma is your rasi, nakshatra, okay? And your kutta karma is like your nakshatra or this palm. I just used to say that, I forgot. Anyway, just forget about that. So like that. So where can find kutta karma is in your palm. The suffering or enjoying that you're going to go through now. Of course, I'm not into astrology, but I see I forgot the flow. So like that's why it says the effect of karma can be very old indeed. Prarabdha karma. So we are enjoying a result of our activity from time immemorial. But the good news is we can change the result of our karma or activity. And the change depends on the perfection of our knowledge. So we can change our prarabdha karma and sanchati karma, all can be changed. How we can get rid of prarabdha karma, my dear Prabhus and mothers? If you chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, prarabdha karma is destroyed. So when you really look at it, sometimes your avidya, your tongue is bitter. You are suffering what they call jaundice. You cannot pronounce the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Why? Because the prarabdha karma, you have done so much of things, you cannot come to the understanding of the taste. So what we need to do, we force upon it. Just like a child doesn't want to drink, doesn't want to eat, doesn't want to drink, or doesn't want to take medicine. What we do? Oh, doesn't want to, okay, no, we don't do that. We catch all of the child. Of course, nowadays it's quite good, but I remember my grandmother, grand-auntie all used to do that to me because I was having a very chesty cough. And I really hate that medicine they do. You know, there's a traditional medicine. So what they do? No, I don't want to drink. I still remember. My grandmother just catch hold of me. My mom will hold my leg, hold my distinct, hold my neck, open my mouth. If I don't open my mouth, press my nose. Close my nose. I'll open my mouth and take one sangha and take the thing and pour into it forcefully. Then close the stomach, close the mouth. Then close the mouth to prevent you vomiting. Then after that, open the mouth, put the sugar inside. And I'll be crying. Force upon it. Similarly, we have to force the japa on us. We cannot take things lightly. I cannot chant. I force myself to chant. You know, no, I'm going to force myself. I'm going to bombard myself. I'm going to bombard. You know, I'm going to bombard myself. I'm going to chant no matter what. Whether I chant properly or doesn't chant properly, doesn't matter. Because when you're going to do that, the Hare Krishna mantra can destroy your prarabdha karma. Do you know that? Our karma is huge, as big as Mount Meru, the celestial mountain. The celestial mountain is down there holding the entire material creation. It's a huge. Right? Our karma is as big as that. Right? So how to get rid, how to destroy it? Only by Hare Krishna mantra and studying the Bhagavad Gita. These two things will work. All right? We will speak about that Mahatmya also later. What is the advantage of studying this book and everything? So, our prarabdha karma can be destroyed. Now, ask yourself this question. Is it worth it? Think for yourself. Because I don't want to decide for you. I don't know. My job is just to convince you. But to be convinced, it is in your own decision. Yes, I want to do it. I want to take my time. It's entirely your decision. So now we understand. Prarabdha karma, sanchati karma can be destroyed. Kutta karma, oh, sometimes they say, hey, oh, if that's the case, then why Hare Krishna devotees are suffering? These people are chanting for 30 years, 40 years. They are following the regulatory principles so nicely they're doing, but why they get cancer, why they get disease, why they fall sick, why they are poverty stricken? Why? Because the Kutta karma already fructified. The tree is already grown ready. You can't destroy the tree. Once the seed goes into the ground, when the thing open up and it turn into a tree, once start producing fruit, you can never destroy it. But you can destroy your future destruction. All right? The seed is going to, like the seed is just about to fall and going to grow and going to go, you give you future suffering, future happiness, you can destroy that. But whatever things that have already come up, you have no choice. You have to tolerate it. And how you can tolerate it? By understanding of Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita is going to teach you very nicely how to tolerate your current situation and how to go on living in full enthusiasm of getting all your previous birth karma. Yes, Prabhu. Vaishnava Prabhu.
Prabhu, can you again talk about Kutta Karma, Prabhu?
Kutta karma is the one that fructified. That
Again,
means
it comes how it is a seed that has become a tree.
yes, and producing fruit.
So why is it difficult to get it out? Because you chant that also should go, is it not, Prabhu?
That's the thing, because it's already fructified. It's already there in you already. Fructified, turn into fruit ready. It's produced result.
That Lord Krishna can get us out of.
I give you one good example.
Yeah.
I give you one good example. Now you are staying in a war-torn country like Pakistan, India is fighting, and you're staying somewhere near Amritsar. Okay. Now, you have now you know the war is already declared, and anytime they're going to attack, Pakistan going to send a bomb, right? So while you are deciding to evacuate that place, you want to go to other safe place, but there's already one bomb dropped near you. The bomb has dropped and already exploded. You can't change that. But what you can change, further bombing. You can avoid that by running away. You understand, Prabhu?
Okay, bro.
So the bomb that dropped is called Kutta karma, already done. Explosion is already there. Right? The effect is already there. You can't change that effect. So how to tolerate that? How to tolerate that? And that is how the thing we will study under this, the three modes of material nature and surrender. Because that's what Krishna says, Susukham. Susukham, just now I spoke about Susukham, right? Very happy. So despite we are in this suffering condition, but deep in yourself, you feel very blissful. Okay, Prabhu?
Okay.
So like that. So we have to prevent from further bombing, for further seed to fructify. Destroy it. You have to chant your Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That's the only way. There's no other way. You sit and meditate. You go to that, you go to India, you try to bathe in Ganga and all these kind of things. It doesn't work. Let me quote something from Srimad Bhagavatam. Plus, like sometimes we all go to India, right? So what you go to India? first, when we go to India, we will ask for a tour guide. Yes or not? So we'll hire a tour guide. Appearance of Sri Narada. All right, 201. All right. So we will hire a tour guide. So once we hire a tour guide, what will we do? Okay. What we will do? That the tour guide will take you and tell you, now you're going here. I give you what, half an hour, 1 hour. Just go in, see, and come out. Okay, just go in and see and come out. Okay, so just go and see and come out. So we think, oh, by doing that, I'm getting rid of my karma. You understand what I'm saying? Do you get it? Hare Krishna. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Guru.
All right. So that means we are going to India. We are trying to get the tour guide, and the tour guide says, now you go, this is Ganga. Yes, jump in. Only 5 minutes, half an hour. Go in, come out. Now I take you to another place. Now you go here. I give you half an hour, go in and come out. Because we are going there targeting. As soon as we can, we want to cover the entire thing. Okay. So now, and we feel that by doing that, we are getting rid of our karma. Okay, we are getting rid of our karma. But here, let's see in Srimad Bhagavatam what is mentioned about that kind of tourism. Where is that verse? Oh, Krishna. Another previous is touring. A moment is entering the Lord, seeing the Lord, message of the God, yet our life is in issue. Seeing the Lord. History of Nagas 301. Let's see. Okay, anyway, I can't, I don't know where it's fine, where to find. So anyway, in this, Narada will be explaining, going to the place of pilgrimage, all right, just going for the place of pilgrimage. When you go to the place of pilgrimage, what you should do? It is not simply go and visit here, go to the temple, find out the history of the temple, go to the next, go to the next, go to the next. We have to go to one place and we have to associate with the sadhus. Right? We go there, we sit with the sadhus, we have to inquire what are the things that we should understand. Inquire for self-realization. All right? That is the place that actually your karma can be destroyed. If we simply go to India, just hiring a tour guide and the guide will take you here, then go there, go here, go there. And here Narada Muni is explaining that that place of tourism, it is simply a place of the pilgrimage for the crows. C-R-O-W, crow. You know, only the crows will come. It's not a real pilgrimage. It's called a pilgrimage for the crows. So how are we going to get rid of all our karma by going to India? It doesn't work. Even if you go to Ganga, one dip, it doesn't remove all your thing. Maybe a little karma to keep your, maybe just to ease a bit. That's it. So if you want to really get rid of all these kind of things, the one and only way is simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha and the knowledge, the perfection of our knowledge. Once your knowledge is perfected, there is no more lamentation. There's no more frustration. Even outwardly, it looks like you are suffering. Outwardly, you can see, oh, I am old, I am lame, I am sick. You know, I'm having this kind of dread disease. You know, the doctor have said I got time up. No. The devotees who have perfect knowledge, they are very excited about it. Because for devotional service, there's no past, there's no future. It's eternal. All right? So we can change the result of our karma. Please underline this statement in your book. Of our activity by changing depends on the perfection of our knowledge. So knowledge and also sadhana. Perfection of knowledge means what? It leads you to perfection of sadhana, activity, sadhana bhakti. And what is the sadhana bhakti? Is chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, reading Bhagavad Gita. This is all comes under the sadhana bhakti. That is why we have selected the book in such a way. Nectar of Instruction, Bhakti Aloka, Harinam Chintamani, and now Nectar of Devotion and Bhagavad Gita simultaneously. And how we arrange this? Is it my expert arrangement? No. It is all decided by Krishna himself. You know, I was thinking, let's start from a small book. But when I selected that, then while we are reading that book, I was inspired. I got a Bhakti Aloka. Then after that, while we understand Bhakti Aloka, you understand the glories of chanting. See, why not we chant? Then we got Harinam Chinta. All this inspired. It is not by expert arrangement. It's what Krishna wanted us to do in this way. So as we are going into perfection of knowledge, what will happen to us? We will increase, if we become matured, we could adapt, we understand what is happening in our life. We come to the level of adaptability. All right? So like that. So that's how we can get rid of the karma. We are engaged in various activities. Undoubtedly, we do not know what sort of activity we should adopt to gain relief from the action and the reaction of this. So we do not know what kind of activity we should adopt. For what? To gain relief from the action and reaction of these activities. And that is also explained in Bhagavad Gita. Also, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says how we can get rid of all these kind of things. Isn't that fantastic? The position of Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, is the supreme consciousness. So Ishvara is the supreme consciousness. The Jiva or the living entity are part and parcel of Supreme Lord. And are also conscious. We are also conscious. Both the living entity and the material nature are explained as Prakriti. Again, the living entity and material nature right, are explained as Prakriti. The energy of the Supreme Lord. But one of the two, the Jiva is conscious. All right. But one of the two, that means material Prakriti, material nature, and also the living entity. But the living entity is conscious. All right. The other Prakriti is not conscious. So the nature, the money and all this is not conscious. That is the difference. Therefore, the Jiva Prakriti is called superior. That's why the Jiva Prakriti, living entity, is superior, because it has consciousness. Because of the Jiva has consciousness, which is similar to the Lord is supreme consciousness. However, one should not claim, all right? One should not claim that Jiva or the living entity is also supremely conscious. We cannot claim that. We are conscious. That's it. The living being cannot be supremely conscious at any stage of his perfection. And the theory that he can be, and this theory can be misleading theory. Conscious he may be, but is not perfectly or supremely conscious. Okay? Any questions so far? Okay. You want to take a short break? Is it too heavy, the information? Hello?
Okay,
Is it too
continue.
heavy?
No, I think it
Okay.
continue.
Can
Yeah.
assimilate it. Is it possible to go in? Because I think the introduction alone can go at least a month. 30 pages. Okay. Now it's 10:40. Just take 1-2 minutes. Just get up.
Okay.
Relax your mind. Right? Because it's too much of information. Okay, we continue. So now, yes, Prabhu, Vaishnava Prabhu.
Prabhu, I just want to ask a favor. Last night I was watching your recording. Can you please again explain Atato Brahma Jignasa?
Atato Brahma Ajignasa means I am not this body but a spirit soul.
Atato stands for what?
Okay, let me get the thing. So Atato Brahma Jignasa. Atato means yeah. Atato means therefore. So it says that therefore you start inquiring. Okay, let me see what is the meaning. Combine ataha. Atato is signifies translation is the word atato combines atta meaning now. Therefore, atato means now or therefore. Brahma Jignasa. Look for Brahman. Understand yourself.
The Brahman here stands for what?
Soul.
Okay.
I'm a spirit. I'm a spirit soul. Like now, in Bhagavad Gita, it says Brahma. Okay, Brahman. Brahman means, and Krishna known as Para Brahman is the superior. That means the super soul.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, now, the distinction between Jiva and Ishvara, the distinction, that means between Jiva and Ishvara will be explained in 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The Lord is called Kshetranya, conscious. Okay. Okay, the Lord is called as Kshetranya, conscious, and the living being is called conscious in a particular body. Whereas the Lord is conscious of all body. What does that mean? Okay, let me just go through it fast, then I'll just explain. So, because the living entity is in every heart, he is conscious of a psychic movement of the particular jiva. We should not forget this. It is also explained that as Paramatma, the Supreme Personality Godhead, is living in everyone's heart as Ishvara, as the controller. And that is giving direction for the living entity as to act as he desire. Okay. In chapter 13, it's actually a beautiful chapter that describing the soul. We will understand the super soul. First, we will talk about soul in chapter 2, super soul in chapter 13. So here, the distinction was given in Kshetra, Kshetranya. Kshetra means field of activity. Kshetranya means what they call the knower of the field of activities. Or in other words, in a layman term, I know my body, you know your body. Each and every one only of you know your body, your particular body, you know. But Krishna know all body. Or in other words, say like I got a property. I bought one row of houses. All right. Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu rent my first house. Gandhi Mataji rent my second house. Nanda Devi Mataji rent my third house. Like that, each and every one of you rent each of my house. So when Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, you understand only your house. Nanda Devi Mataji, you only know your house. You don't know what is Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu's house look like. You only know your house. But I, as the landlord, I know every house. You got this? Do you understand?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So like that. And after that, he says, he also lives in the heart and he controls as Ishvara. All right. Krishna says that he stays in the heart like as though a person driving a machine. Right? So like that. And he is the permitter. And he stays in the heart. He is the one who approves all your desire. Okay. So we should not forget to explain he's giving direction. Okay. So he is giving direction and living entity as a desire. So anything that you desire, sometimes we say coincident, say like sometimes I feel like eating a steak, right? I want to eat steak. So suddenly I feel like eating steak. Suddenly, Paramatma will tell you, he will show you the shop. Oh, that's the best steak shop, even to eat that beef. He's the one approver and permitter. And also, he's the overseer. All right? It's just like a bird eating a fruit, another bird is watching. It's just watching what you're doing. All right? Even your sinful activity, everything, he approves it. But the time that you're looking for a real self-realization, when you look back and look at the Paramatma and says, who am I? That's when even Paramatma will guide you. That's why another name for Paramatma we call as Chaita Guru, the Guru that stays in your heart. Okay, he's the permitter and he's the approver. Without him, nothing works. The living entity forgets that what to do. First of all, he makes determination to act in certain way, and then he's entangled in that action and reaction of his own karma. After giving up one type of body, he enters into another type of body. And it take off just like taking off and putting on clothes. As the soul does migrate, he suffers the action and reaction of his past activity. Okay, he suffers all these things. Example, what we can say a successful person who made it big in life, right? He made it big in life. Now from a normal wooden house, he's moving into bungalow house. Right? He became a successful person. So he goes to that house, he enjoys himself because of his past activity of working hard, making a lot of money, putting a lot of plans. He made it big. He moving into bungalow house. Then after he go into the bungalow house, so he's enjoying. Then after that, he makes some mistakes in his business. He was declared bankrupt. The house was taken by the government, insolvency department, taken that property. Now he have to give up that house. Now go back to a normal rumamura, or what they call, go back to the what is that? Just say a normal house. Okay, or go back to the wooden house. He can't afford a house. He go to one land and build one papan, one wooden house like rumah haram, and he stays there. So what happened? He suffers. All the suffering and enjoyment, all because of the action and reaction of past activity. You all understand? This activity, but can be changed when the living being is in the mode of goodness, insanity. Okay, insanity means he's a very clear thought and understand what sort of activity he should adopt. If he does so, then all the action and reaction of past activity can be changed. All right, that's the thing I said just now. Consequently, karma is not eternal. Therefore, we stated that 5 items, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, time, and karma. These 4 are eternal. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, time is eternal, but karma is not eternal. Okay? The Supreme Conscious Ishvara, that means Krishna is supreme, we are not supreme, Ishvara, is similar to the living entity in this way. Both the consciousness of the Lord and the living entity are transcendental. So we understand that even our consciousness are transcendental. It is not that consciousness is generated by the association of matter. It is not that consciousness we get by association with matter. That is mistaken idea. The theory of the consciousness developed under certain circumstances. That means the theory of that consciousness developed under certain circumstances or material combination is also not accepted in Bhagavad Gita. That means it is not accepted in Bhagavad Gita. That means the consciousness is just like according to the environment or according to the situation. Like in Tamil, they say Manidan Sulnale Kaidi. Sulnale Taunda Mari, Manidan Marikaran. Manidan Sulnale Kaidi. It's not that accepted in Bhagavad Gita. All right? But actually what? The consciousness may be perverted. We can say it's pervertedly reflected. That means it's reflecting on a wrong place by the covering of what? Of the material circumstances. All right? Manidan Sulnala Kaidi. The Sulnala Taunda Mari, our consciousness can change. Can be covered. Just like the light reflected through the colored glass. All right? When I take a red colored glass, when I put the light, when the thing goes through, it appears to a certain color. That means the reflection there all looks straight. But the light is there, but the color of the glass is red and is portrayed as red. Maybe in certain color. But that means, but still the consciousness of the Lord is not materially affected. Lord Krishna says, Maya Dyakshena Prakritihi. When he descends, when he comes down into this material universe, his consciousness is not materially affected. Right? So what example we can give? Like the king. When the king enters the prison to check out how the prison looks like, he doesn't become a prisoner. Are you all following me on this? Yes? So that means Krishna, when he descends from the spiritual to material world, he doesn't become materially contaminated. Or the king enters the prison to visit the prison, he doesn't become a prisoner. All right? So like this, okay? Now, okay, this thing, okay, verified. All right. So now, so Bhagavad Gita teaches that we have to purify this material contamination. We have to purify this material contaminated consciousness. We have to purify it. In pure consciousness, our action will be dovetailed to the will of Ishvara. Then make happy. So, what is the verse? Okay, anyway, so okay, our action will be dovetailed. That means once we go into pure consciousness, all our action will be dovetailed to the will of Ishvara, and that will make us happy. It is not that we have to cease all activity. It is not that we have to give up everything. Rather, our activity are to be purified, and the purified activity is called bhakti. Purified activity. So you're going to go to work, you're working, take a small portion of your money and donate to Vaishnavas or to the temple. So we use that money to do donation, give a sacrifice. I mean, give, say, like for book distribution or for the maintenance of the temple, whatever, give away. All right. So when you take a small portion, say like for instance, you cook at home and you're offering to Krishna, you don't bring the whole pot to offer to Krishna. You just take everything, a small portion, put a tulsi and offer to Krishna. You said, my dear Krishna, please accept this offering. Similarly, when you earn your money, say 10,000, 10,000 that you're earning, just take a small amount, 10%, 5%, take a small, if you can't afford at least 1 ringgit, take it and offer it to Krishna. When you do that, your entire earning income becomes purified, become prasadam. And that activity of earning that income, you can say you're a doctor, you're an engineer, you are whatever you're doing, going and doing the job. The activity will become purified. And that purified activity is also called bhakti. Say if you're a doctor, you're going and treating the patient. What is it got to do with this bhakti? But because you sacrifice a portion of your income for Krishna, even you're dealing with patients, dealing with others and everything also becomes bhakti. So consider you are engaging 24 hours in Krishna consciousness. And that bhakti will purify you further. So anyway, activity in bhakti appears to be like ordinary activity. It can appear like ordinary activity, but they are not contaminated. An ignorant person may see that devotee is acting or working like an ordinary man. Right? They say the devotee is acting like working like an ordinary man, but such a person is with poor fund of knowledge, does not know the activity of the devotee or the Lord are not contaminated by impure consciousness of matter. And we see the devotee also doing the same thing. Looks like it doesn't make any difference, no? But we must understand, but his activity, it is not contaminated. They are transcendental to the 3 modes. That means transcendental means what? They are above the 3 modes, goodness, passion, ignorance. They are above, right? That means transcendental means they are above the 3 modes of material nature. We should know whether that is we should know, however, that this is the point our consciousness is contaminated. Right? At this point, our consciousness is contaminated when we are not seeing things correctly. Okay? So we stop here. When we are materially contaminated. Supreme Point Ishvara. What are the consciousness? We shall be. Not we are materially contaminated. Okay. The final in page 10. In page 10, the final paragraph. When we are materially contaminated. Okay, please mark the thing. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. So let's open for questions. Is it interesting to study this way?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Okay. As you were saying this paragraph especially, what about those we see in daily life out there? Some people are, running temples, everything. Some people are running temples and doing some work, but at the same time, sometimes they are branded as, not taking things away, and they are using things for their own, living a lavish life. So how is that okay?
Yes, your question is the devotee who are serving in the temple, but they are taking things from the temple for their own enjoyment. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you see out there, some temples are being run by certain like a board or certain individual, but they are using the what do you call the
Okay. You're
temple?
not referring to Hare Krishna, right?
No, no, no.
Okay, I understand which temple you're referring to. The big temple, yes or not? The father and son, they
Yeah,
all are multi.
yeah, and others also.
Yeah. See, other than Krishna Seva, other than directly involving in Krishna service, even say like we are also involved in some kind of Deva temple worship, it is still come under Karma Kanda. They are not transcendental. They are not transcendental. They are not above the three mode of material nature. All right. As you go on in Bhagavad Gita, we study, right? Those who are in the mode of goodness worship devas. And those who are in the mode of passion also worship devas. So that means they are somewhere between that, within the three mode of material nature. That's when you can't see any kind of this kind of purification or any kind of this thing. So there will be mismanagement. They're taking it, enjoying themselves and everything. So that is not counted. And sometimes you also can say, sometimes you also can see even in devotee association, sometimes they also happen like that. Like sometimes devotees take things for their own benefit and everything. They have to see the consequences. All right. Example, if the devotee takes some vegetable from the temple back home, if the vegetable is excessive, it's going to get waste, they take back home. But of course, they're going to cook and offer back to Krishna only. All right. But if they're going to steal the money from the temple, they're going to utilize everything for their own lavish life, they will face their consequences. Just like this, Mataji, if you are an ordinary worker, since, okay, now let me quote from your experience in government department, all right? So in your government department, you are being assistant director, right? You're saying that?
Assistant officer, agriculture officer.
Okay, what is your rank?
B officer only.
Yeah, B what? 41, 44?
36.
36, all right. Okay, now I get it. All right. Now, you are B36. B, right? P, pertanian, P.
Ours is G.
G, okay. Now you are G36. Okay. There'll be someone G41. Okay, just say G54.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is.
We have another one G36, 32 or 29. Say G29.
Lower, yeah.
Okay, Pa. Pegawai am rendah, yes or not?
Yeah.
Now, G29, G36, and G54. And each of you are taking bribe.
Okay.
3 of you are taking bribe. Who will be severely punished?
54. Yeah.
Right? 54 will be severely punished. If you are a devotee and you are mismanaging it, your punishment is at a different level. We think, oh, Krishna devotee, we are not like that, right? But as a G36, your punishment is slightly lower, but the G29, they'll get a little punishment, right?
Okay.
We can say is innocently have taken the bribe. So it's like that. It's a degree of punishment.
Okay, Prabhu.
But of course, this world is full of these things. So some or other, there will be like mismanagement and this kind of thing. So we have no choice.
Understand, Prabhu. Thank you.
Outwardly, we can see them having a lavish life, but we don't know what is happening inside. You know, there's one priest. I don't say it in recording. Anyway, it's not a big deal talking about them also, right? So now we are trying to save ourselves. We are trying to liberate ourselves. That's why we are studying this Bhagavad Gita. We are going into detailed studies of Bhagavad Gita because we are in an attempt to become a pure devotee in this very birth itself. All right? Even we can't achieve the pure devotional service, at least we go to the Bhava devotional service, to Bhava stage. All right? Even we cannot go to the Bhava stage, at least we can take the first step in Bhava. Okay? So that means maybe we can be Kanishta Adhikari, the first step devotee. At least we should work on be Uttama Adhikari. All right? So even when you look at this, Kanishta Adhikari got Kanishta Adhikari, number 1. Second is Kanishta. Third is Uttama Kanishta. Among the Kanishta, there will be an advanced Kanishta. Then you go into Madhyama. When you go to Madhyama, first step of Madhyama is Kanishta Madhyama, Madhyama, and Uttama Madhyama. Then you go to Uttama Adhikari, you become pure devotee. That's also 3 stages. Kanishta Uttama, Madhyama Uttama, and Uttama Uttama. Okay, I believe some of you don't understand. It's okay, no problem, no need to understand. But I'm referring to Charan Lakshmi Mataji and Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu. I believe you all understand. So now our attempt is to become, at least as a Kanishta, or maybe as a first level devotee, we try to become Kanishta Madhyama, or at least try to become Kanishta Uttama in this very birth itself. Right? So it doesn't matter. So our goal is to improve our spiritual life. Improve our spiritual life as much as we can in this very birth. But we put a goal, right? Say like every athlete that wants to go to Olympics, they have one goal, to get the gold medal. Even that person cannot even compete with the world record holder, right? Say like a Josephine Mary, the Malaysian athlete want to run. They go there with a goal. Yes, I'm going to bring a goal for Malaysia, even though they don't qualify. But to set that goal, of course, that's material content. But here in spiritual life, we set our goal. I want to become a pure devotee of the Lord. I want to achieve the highest perfection. And for that reason, I need to study Prabhupada's word scientifically. What each sentence is trying to say. We delve deep inside. Right? So with that, you see, and the most important, after knowing all this, you have to further nourish it by the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You have to go on chanting the Mahamantra. If you're thinking you're chanting 1 round, you have to increase to 5 at least. If you're chanting 5, increase to 10. If you're chanting 10, go to 16. If you're chanting 16, go to 30. If you're chanting 30, go to 48. If you're chanting 48, go to 64. If you're chanting 64, go for more. Right? Hey, it's not possible. Doesn't matter. Just set the goal. And think about it. Eventually, Krishna will show it. Everything is by the mercy of Krishna. Nothing is our own effort. Right? The Srimati Radharani will approve your request. Right? So we just carry on doing this by studying the work of Acharya and also by continuous chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay? Don't stay in one place for long. We have to go on, move on. We have to improve. Okay? Any other question? Hare Krishna, can you hear me? Am I
Yes.
audible?
Now can hear, Prabhu. Just now you just froze.
No, electricity went off. So when the electricity went off, my internet, everything became disabled. All right. Okay. So, okay, it's already 11:10. So we meet again on Monday, and Tuesday we're going to discuss on nectar of devotion, and the Bhagavad Gita will be discussed next week, Thursday and Friday. So meanwhile, please go through that introduction. Please read through and also nectar of devotion, so that when we come and have a discussion, you also can get a clearer picture. All right. So anyway, thank you so much for your time. It's my great pleasure to have a great discussion with all of you. All right. Till then, have a beautiful day. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyavacha paditanam pavinibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha, and happy Narasingha Chaturdasi. Please go to the nearest ISKCON temple and go and enjoy your Narasingha Day this thing. And I'll be going to what do you call Bukit Mertajam. Okay. So anyone from Ipoh, go and join the nearest temple and have a nice festival. Hare Krishna. Have a nice day. Go Ranga.